Good morning, my name is Diana Rivero, and today I want to talk about the impact of electronic communication on our interpersonal relationships. So, this electronic communication can also be called technology. Technology plays such an important role in our everyday lives that I thought it might be great to talk about the impact of it in our interpersonal relationships. um, After today, you will be able not only to understand the impact of electronic communication on our interpersonal relationships, but also to understand the impact of social media, the positives and negatives effects to it. First of all, I want to talk about this electronic communication, which we can also call social media. Social media is a form of communication. It's very accessible, so it's very easy to use, since you can always communicate with people all around the world. Think about that family member that lives in another country, how you can communicate with that person thanks to social media, thanks to this electronic communication. And it's how we connect with people. There are different portals of electronic communication such as Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, etc. All these portals that are used not only to communicate but to express yourself, to even to learn. You can learn things about other people, you can learn what's going on all around the world, and you can even express your opinion. But of course, like everything, electronic communication does have some positives and negatives effects to it. I want to talk about the positives effects first. So one of my favorite things about electronic communication is that it doesn't matter where you are, you can always find a way to communicate with a friend, a family member, like I said before, or even a special someone. And because of the different portals, you can always find people that share something in common with you, and you can bond with those people, you can make friends, you can find a group where you belong. So I feel like one of the most beautiful things about electronic communication is that it unites people, but also it does have some negative effects to it, of course. I think some of the negative effects are that it only shows what you want others to see. So it's not very realistic, because when you see a picture of a model at the beach, you're like, oh my god, her life is so perfect, when she's really on her like one day off, but you don't know that because you're only seeing what she's showing you. So it does have some negative effects in your mental health. It does affect people mentally. Research has shown that social media brings down the self-esteem on people, and it's also used to bully others, to be mean to other people, to make fun of others, because you don't really have to show yourself and you can just hide behind a screen. So electronic communication does have some negative effects. It does messes with people's self-esteem, mental health, making them feel like they're not good enough, like their life is so boring, it makes them feel less. And of course, to conclude, I just want to say that electronic communication is a great resource in our interpersonal relationships. It makes such a positive but also such a negative impact in our everyday lives. But I think that now that you know how electronic communication impacts our interpersonal relationships, now we can turn those negative effects that I talk about, and we can turn them into positive effects. We can turn those negative effects into more positive, and because social media is such an amazing tool, and we're using it wrong. We should be using it to do more good, and I think, like I said, we can change that. You can change that, and after today, you should be putting in practice the things that I talk about. Thank you.